So, that Nintendo Direct, huh? Hey, fellas. I thought I'd just come on again and just do a little yap session about what I'm currently thinking about Xenoblade Genesis and, what's going on with the franchise and stuff. And I think it'd be effective to do so by looking at the trailer again, because I haven't watched it in any great detail yet. Let's start it again. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. So the first thing to note is that it's definitely way different looking than what we're used to. It's way more cell shaded. This almost looks Breath of the Wild like, at least in the character in terms of the shading. Um, this also looks wildly different than what we're used to. The landscaping is definitely given a lot of Monolith Soft vibes, but I think that once again the shading and the use of color kind of reminds me of Tales of Arise instead of just Xenoblade. But we do have here some things that look like Arden but are slightly different. They're more like rhinos. They have like the little horn in front. Oh, I just noticed something. We still have the lower frames per second birds in the background if they're too far away. Interesting. Oh, also, big thing. Trailers in Japanese. This is the first trailer of the game that we're seeing. And it's in Japanese, which is interesting because that's also what happened with Xenoblade 2, if I remember correctly. I was not a fan of the franchise back then when it released, or when it was revealed. Also not when it was released, but that's besides the point. But it did happen for Xenoblade 3. When that first got announced, we definitely had, the English dub right away. And so that kind of makes me wonder, maybe this game is getting rushed a little bit, but it definitely doesn't look like it's being rushed. Like, it looks high quality. It looks finished, is what I'm trying to say. Also, something really small. This fire right here. I feel like this is the exact same asset that they've been using in 1 and 2, and maybe even 3. I don't quite remember in 3, but I'm getting a very vivid recollection of this specific campfire being in 2, with like the chapter 2 scene with Pyra and Rex at the end of chapter 2, and the manifestation of Anima, of course. It might look and sound and feel very different from what we're used to, but this is definitely still Takahashi because we're using the word anima like 1-to-1. It's so crazy to me that it's like fantasy. It's like a true fantasy. No, it's high fantasy because we also have stuff like this. It's such a mismatch. Such a juxtaposition, I guess is a better word. Massive. Dude. Also, the fact that we're okay. So I'm getting off track. There's so many things to talk about. So many thoughts that I have. I think that the big thing is the fact that this world seems to be spherical and like the inside of a sphere, right? We can always see like everything. I'm guessing that if we turn the camera up exactly 180 degrees, we'll also be looking up at land or sea, whatever happens to be above at that time. But that kind of made me think, what Takahashi twist could this be? Because like this is Takahashi we're talking about. He's gonna put a twist in here. It's not just gonna be a fantasy setting. It's not just gonna be something that's not related to Xenoblade, or to the prior stuff that he's established. And so it got me thinking, what if this world of Xenoblade Genesis, what if this world is the core of Mira? What if we are inside of Mira? This is what's going on inside of Mira. I have no clue. Like, this is just off vibes. I have no evidence or any other, building thoughts that would make this make sense. It's just a gut feeling that I have that it's kind of like that it would be the inside of Mira. This is so crazy. Also, the music, I noticed this right off the bat. This part. This is so Black Mountain-esque. This part. And that like gave it away. Like, I knew that this game, in part at least, is gonna have Mariam Abanusar, or I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. I have no clue how to actually pronounce it. Okay, so it's interesting to think about, right, guys? So we have, we know from one of the art books or art, like there's some sort of interview with most of the creators behind Xenoblade after Xenoblade 3 was done. In one of those interviews, we had people kind of implying that Xenoblade 3 was the last time they would work on it, especially on the music side. But I'm really happy to hear this music because it's telling me that Mariam Abanusar is back, at least for this. Or the person that is making the music is like heavily inspired. Maybe it's like a collaborative effort, or maybe she has a supervisor role, or she's like, or maybe she's the main composer. Who knows? We don't know anything. We know very little at this moment in time. We can only infer things. So let's keep watching this. Okay, I'm so sorry I keep pausing, but I have to talk about the character designs. They're so different. They're so different to what we're used to. It feels so much closer to Fire Emblem than Xenoblade. And I think in part that is due to the fact that the setting is different, right? It's definitely way more medieval fantasy-esque. But then we have this thing, what did I call it? The stone is called an Anima Cry Stone. So this is a core crystal. Say it with me now, guys. This is a core crystal. It falls into this blade, into the hilt of this blade. It's circular. It's spinning. The blade itself is spinning. It's circular. It transforms this crystal into something that very much resembles the sword of Numa. Right? So like the third sword that Rex wields. Very much shaped in a similar way. You've noticed. I'm sure this is going to be important. It only amplifies a vesselized power, but it also records the bearer's thoughts and actions, also known as a core crystal. Oh god. Oh my god, it's gonna be so fucking sick. Sorry for swearing. It's gonna be so sick. I don't know why I'm apologizing. This is my channel. I'm allowed to swear if I want to. Every aspect of your life. Right, so we're gonna be at an academy. This is so Fire Emblem Three Houses coded. Oh, hold on. We do have, however, two clones right here talking to each other. And here I was gonna spin that into why that would make sense, but in reality, it's probably just cost cutting. Also, that kind of leads me to believe that this is only gonna be at the start of the game. Like the opening of the game is gonna be this girl, this woman, probably girl, is gonna be the main character, and something's gonna happen to propel us outside of this life, right? And so this is not actually gonna be a very permanent or like big thing within the game loop like it is in Three Houses, right? I don't think so. And I'm stringing this together from the fact that this scene right here has a lot of repeated assets, and so if this were to be an important location that you would visit a lot in the game, it would be very important for the developers to make sure that it doesn't look monotonous, that it doesn't repeat as much as it does here, clearly. And also, I think that it kind of fits with the style that Takahashi usually takes when storytelling, when telling stories. It usually just, you start at like the lowest amount of friction and action, and then something like an inciting incident happens, and then you have to like completely shift the way you see the world and the way you see your role in the world and stuff. So yeah, that's my thoughts so far. Also, this looks like it's going to be way more open world than we're used to in the numbered games. I'm thinking this is going to be closer to X, but it's hard to say. It might be a little bit in between, actually. God, so fucking cool. Okay, so I'm seeing here, this is definitely Biona's kneecap shape, and there's like other points in this trailer I know that look like previous things from the series. This is, it's so interesting. It's so different. I'm thinking. Okay, so let me say something wild here. We do not see any gameplay. We do well. We do see gameplay. We don't see any combat anywhere in this trailer. Hold on, let me take a sip of water. Like I said, we do not see any combat in this trailer. We do, however, see 3 or 4 very clearly important characters that stand out from this crowd. That's not what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't think we're gonna have MMO combat. I think this is the first time that they're gonna venture into true action combat. And I think that this thing right here, for example, is indicative that we're probably gonna like have a sort of like a materia system, in where we switch this thing out inside of our weapon, and then we give our weapon different properties. We give it different skills. We give it different whatever. I'm not sure how it would work, but it's definitely given me something, especially with the fact that everyone has more traditional weaponry that we associate with action combat. And now the question is, will they take the approach of a hack and slash action type game, like for example the Nier games, or will they venture more into the Souls-like game, you know, with the roll and the emphasis on maybe parrying and like looking at attack timings and stuff. There's definitely some options that they can take here. I'm not sure what I prefer. I don't, you know, I don't really care what they end up to, what it ends up being. I'll just like find out when I play the game, and I hope I'll like it, and I'm pretty confident that I will. Also, there's a 5th character here that's important. This guy, right there. Okay, today's exercise was simulate actual combat. Okay, hold on. It's so cool that there's just no skybox, because we're just seeing another part of the world, because we're inside of a sphere. It's so cool. Also, it's genius, because that makes it so easy to not have loading zones, because it's like one continuous world. It's like you don't have to make any invisible walls or anything, because it's all continuous. It's one giant sphere, and we're inside of the sphere. We can never leave the sphere unless the story takes us outside of the sphere, which is entirely possible. This is Takahashi we're talking about. Okay, continuing on. Not yet. Okay. Noting entirely different creatures that we're sitting on here. Never seen anything quite like it. We're also seeing 3 different characters that I assume to be like an early party, or the makeup of our early party. Can I glean anything from this? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. We're seeing something over here. I can't tell what this. I cannot make out what this is. It kind of looks wolf-ish, but also kind of looks imp-ish or ghoul-ish. It's probably it has to be an enemy. The fact that we have mounts now is really cool. Feel like the movement within the Xenoblade games has been severely lacking outside of, obviously, Xenoblade Chronicles X. So this is a very good addition to the game. It's like marrying multiple things that I would assume is going to make this game a lot more appealing to more people. Starting to get a handle on my powers. Let's see. Okay. That's the mesh. Sorry, game developer side of me coming out. They're reusing their mesh destruction technology that they figured out how to use in Xenoblade 3. I'm pretty sure that's the first time they used it, with like shooting stuff from the Phronesis at and there's like, it creates a whole bunch of debris. A really cool effect though. This is like, so this scene is definitely going to be very early like a training part of the game that was teased earlier in this trailer. We're only a minute in. We're not even halfway there. We're almost halfway there though. Killing is a part of a vesselized job, you know. All right. Okay, so we're going in the complete opposite direction as Xenoblade Chronicles 3, where we have Offseers whose job it is to appreciate life, to send off the voices of the departed. But now we are on the opposite side. We are the ones responsible for the killing. So I wonder how that's going to change the story. Maybe the fact that this guy is glowing purple right now, which we up until this point have been assuming or associating obviously with Malos or logos, right? Oh, right. God, we're gonna have to keep paying attention to the use of color and like the color that people are emanating. Also, it kind of looks like his leg sort of has a space pattern, like it kind of looks like we're looking into space on his leg. Ooh, interesting. His body is like this is like morphing a little bit, or it might just be a visual effect. Still, this is oh, we're summoning something. Hold on, we're summoning something. We are summoning something that looks like a giant hand, a claw. Oh, I can't quite tell what this reminds me of, but it reminds me of something. Oh, if this reminds you of something, please tell me in the comments. Please enlighten me. I wonder how the victims feel about it. Okay, so it's definitely a big part of the story that we're responsible for killing. Let's find out the truth together. Green crystal. Numa. Okay, yeah. Okay. So this to me looks like this. Okay, so this came from outer space. This giant thing. It almost has to be a spaceship, right? That crashed into this planet, created this massive crater, and has become some sort of ruin, or how do you say? I am not good with words today. Anyway, there's also some sort of a train station, almost. It looks like right here in front of it. Okay, hold on. What are we saying in this part of the trailer? Let's find the truth together. Only the dragon's purifying flame can redeem a soul that has forsaken its faith. Oh, we're going back into the faith discussion. Okay. Getting some gears vibes from the story. Who is this? We have a guy with an axe on this dragon, on this here dragon that looks completely different from anything we've ever seen. Ooh, okay, so we have a mother with a daughter that's probably looking on. Wait, we have a purple dragon in the background as well. We have a purple one. Purple dragon. Use of color. No clue what it means. Also this. Yeah, okay, so this right here, this on the left, looks like a Letharian archipelago. This right here looks like... So a friend of mine told me this part kind of looks like a Valak mountain. Topography-wise, it looks like that, like Valak mountain. I can see it. It might be. Sorry, I did not pay attention. It's still the same line. Okay, still the same. I'll show you where you belong, you backwater noble. Oh, we're classism as well. Okay. We have a dual sword wielding character that kind of reminds me of Saber from Fate, with that with the outfit here. Kind of reminds me of Saber. And she is fighting. Oh, wait, have you seen the pink hair girl? I think so. Is that the main character? Hard to say. Can't remember. I think it's the main character. She's tougher than you think. Doesn't need a cry stone to use her powers. Okay. Okay. Of course. We gotta have something like this in the game. Right. We have elves. Oh, dude, something I've completely neglected to mention right now, or up to this point, is the fact that I know that shot's gonna have something. We have like this guy's a normal human from what looks like. This woman or girl, hard to say, right? It's an anime style game. Is an elf. I've seen some this like okay, so this right here, these people, and I'm blanking on the name. Also from Xenoblade Chronicles X, the lion warrior type race in Xenoblade X that they're always talking about fighting and becoming stronger. That's kind of like the shape of their bodies remind me of that race, except obviously they are not furry, or at least not from the looks of it from this distance. It might be a distance rendering distance thing. I'm not getting that vibe. Yep. Yeah. We live and die in harmony with anima. Anima reference. Is this... That is an Ouroboros. That's just straight up an Ouroboros. Okay. Right. Yes. Okay, so anima. we got anima. We got the reappearance of Ouroboros. A lot of purple. My God, it's like so connected. It's the genesis, right? How does this all work? How is this the genesis? Also, this kind of looks like a mural in the background here. Kind of like looks like it's depicting something. A big sword with wings. We have some clouds. We have a mountain. Maybe that's the spaceship depicted as a mountain. The spaceship that like crashed into the planet. Oh, maybe. And then there's clouds, and then above that there's something that we're supposed to reach for, or that we're supposed to worship. Oh, worship. I'm so confused. We have some sort of technology that allows us to project holograms of characters. We have a Pope type character though. Okay, so we have the religious group. Obviously, we would have a religious group in a Xeno game. Makes sense. I'm going back to where I belong. We have a bad guy from Fire Emblem. We have a pink-haired elf guy. We have a pet from a Kali. I don't remember the name. Monster Hunter pet. Character with a spear. Woman with a mask. Fighting with a spear. It's not giving me much. We got a character that kind of looks like a Titan from Xenoblade 2. Alright. Take that how you will. This guy just straight up reminds me of a Urian Titan. Not the Urian Titan, but like the smaller ones. Female dying in, or at least laying unconscious, defeated. Some connection here with anima and animus, probably. I'm guessing this is Takahashi we're talking about. Girl that is part of... No, never mind. Wait, maybe? The time is upon us. The time is upon us. What is she doing here? She is off-seeing. No. I have no clue what she's doing here. But everyone is looking on in awe. This is a character that I don't think we've seen earlier in the trailer, but everyone else has... Oh no, this guy we also have not seen, I'm pretty sure. We have seen that woman. That's the main character girl. We've seen this guy. I don't think she's entirely new. She was the one that displayed the hologram earlier. Sprouts. We're planting seeds that are currently not opened yet. We have a sibling relationship. This is a land warmed by the light of 6 suns. 6. 6 suns, huh? Oddly specific number for amount of suns that are. Also, this looks like it's in outer space. How does that work? Aren't we in an enclosed world? By light of 6 suns. And this is, and it is here where mankind would learn something. Okay, this is confusing me a little bit. Okay, so the fact that this is 6 suns. Ouroboros? Anyone remember the amount of Ouroboros members? If I remember correctly, it was definitely 6. Interesting. This land is warmed by the light of the 6 suns, right? Yeah. This game is going to be so fucking sick, by the way. It's going to be so cool. That the vengeance of a fallen god had yet to be fulfilled. That's what mankind would learn. The vengeance of a fallen god. Vengeance of a fallen god. What does that mean? What does that mean? I'll just wait for Luxon to explain it to me. We got... Can I see anything here? Kind of looks like Oblivia? Yeah, these things. That looks like Oblivia right here. This looks like Oblivia. This... What does that remind me of? I don't know if it reminds me of anything. Is that Kaldros? Not really. Not specifically. I don't think so. Genesis, right? Genesis. It's the genesis of the entire franchise. Probably is what I'm. I mean, that's what it's leading me to believe. It's trademarked. That's huge. That's big. What else can I say here? Right. Oh, right. The fact that we're not. It's no longer Chronicles. Kind of expected this, to be honest. Oh, right. The fact that it's no longer Chronicles and it's now Genesis also implies that this is finally Xeno 4. People that have been calling Xenoblade 1 Xeno 1, Xenoblade 2 is Xeno 2, Xenoblade 3 is Xeno 3, and now people are gonna call this game Xeno 4, and they're finally correct. They would be finally correct in saying the Xeno and then the Xeno suffix and then the numbers 4. They'd finally be correct. Because right, we have Gears, would be Xeno 1. Then we have Saga, would be Xeno 2. Then we have Blade, Chronicles, that would be Xeno 3. And now we have Xeno 4 in Genesis. It might, however, I'm actually not expecting Genesis to have multiple parts. Is that crazy of me to say? I'm thinking Genesis is one standalone thing. Like with the title of Genesis, there's also religious reference, of course, but yeah, I'm just not seeing a future where we have Xenoblade Genesis 2. I don't think it's happening. Those are my thoughts. All right. A lot of jumble. This was a jumbled mess. If you stuck through all of this, thank you so much for watching. Genuinely, I don't know how you keep up with, or how you put up with my antics. Anyway, so little closing statement here. Overall thoughts on Xenoblade Genesis. First time looking at it, it's so different. It's so slightly uncannily weird, and it. So I'm gonna be honest, it did not immediately grab me the way that Xenoblade 3 did. Immediately grab me. But I think that is because of how familiar Xenoblade 3 was, in terms of visually, how familiar it was, how easy it was to see the step up in the quality of the graphics, and the quality of the cutscenes, the quality of the not the quality, but the familiar character designs, right? The fact that we have a bunch of like returning seemingly returning characters, and also returning races from the prior games. It's just a lot more recognizable, and as a super fan, I'm obviously going to impose myself onto a game that is very recognizable to my hyper obsession. I don't know if I just said an actual English sentence or if that was complete gibberish, but I hope it's coming across that what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is this game is different. Like what Takahashi said, that he wanted to surprise or betray our expectations in a good way. I think that that's definitely what's happening here, right? My expectations are betrayed. It looks, well, in him saying so, my expectations became that it would be entirely completely different. And it is, I guess, he did betray my expectations by saying that he wanted to betray my expectations. Because that I was therefore expecting it would be completely different. And it's not completely different. It's just mostly different, right? But there's so much stuff in here, definitely on a second, like more focused look, that is just so recognizable as Xenoblade, as Takahashi's creative mind. Also, I am a little bit anxious as to how the combat is gonna be, right? Like I said, I feel like they're going action combat. I super hope that they would do it justice and that it's not like super bare bones. I should just have faith in this, right? It's also part of the story, part of or what they're setting up here. Well, I have to question my faith probably, knowing Takahashi. I have to question my faith. What am I'm so sorry. I keep on rambling. Right. So I hope you enjoyed my rambling, and maybe you found something new through my perspective of this trailer here. And if you think that I missed something, please let me know in the comments. I would love to see all the things that you guys have come up with and will come up with in the future. And I'm very excited to see more about this game, right? I am so excited to see what the combat is like, to see the twist or like the gimmick of this game, the way it all fits together. I'm extremely excited to hear the English voice acting. I like really want it to be European English. I don't want it to be American localized, personally. I much prefer the European localization in these games. I'll stop eating up more of your time, so thanks for watching, and I'll definitely be seeing you in the future. Bye bye.